title of the show is called Permission to Speak, but it's basically an art exhibition that is based on a series of 10 letters that came into my possession through a family friend. The letters are, one of them is from 1937, the other 9 are from 1944. They're written by a Hungarian Jewish woman named Sidonia. These 3 small works here are sort of kind of like where it all originated. Adi, the family friend, passed away. Adi is the gentleman on the right, and that was the connection as far as my family was concerned. And we would go there every Christmas Eve, and we had all our Christmas Eve rituals. We loved going there. When he passed away, we discovered that they were Jewish, they were Holocaust survivors, and we never had the slightest idea that that was the case. They were just the people that we went to visit on Christmas Eve. You know, there's all these secrets that were unsaid, and that was another reason why I called it Permission to Speak. I had these letters. They were sitting in my drawer, and I had never had a chance to read them because they were in Hungarian, and I didn't think my Hungarian was good enough to be able to read them. So I started reading them, and there was this incredibly sad and heartrending and just human, but also, I don't know, nightmarish story that was contained in these letters. She tells about how her life changes as kind of the situation for the Jewish people changed in her village. What is being written in the letters is there's this constant feeling of adjusting, readjusting to what's happening to Sidonia, to the reality that she's living through. Whatever the change that's imposed on her, she's trying to maintain a level of normalcy, but she also knows that there's at the same time, in spite of this normalcy, she knows that there's something really horrible going on. I don't even know what word to call it, but it's just like this sense of foreboding that is permeating the letters. She does refer to this letter in a subsequent letter, which is what my quote is here. I hope you have received my long letter. I would be sorry if it were lost. I made an account of everything. That just sums everything up. And I also like the idea that because the show's Permission to Speak, it's not lost. Like, it's found, it's here, and it's speaking. So this is the work that came out of my very, very intense and thorough and I don't know, I mean, I lived the letters. But this is what came out. First of all, these are called lumen prints. It's a contact print making process. These are actually enlarged prints. The original lumens are 8 by 10. They're done on expired black and white paper. They're contact prints, so I'm putting objects on the paper and I'm exposing them to light. What I ended up doing was working with mostly plant materials, and I tried to capture somehow that sense of instability, the sense of loss, certainly, the sense of, you know, that something that's out of your control. And I wanted to do it in a way that sort of expresses it in a kind of, not in a graphic way. I wanted to keep it not subdued either, but I just wanted it to be sort of, to conjure that feeling that there's something here, but there's also something bigger that's going on. Just by instinct, I started with photography. It was hard. I mean, it's not because I didn't want literal. In photography, there's the whole idea that you're capturing reality and that it has to be faithful to reality and so forth. So in a way, I'm working against that. But yeah, it's just what I do. And it's in my blood, really. Photography's in my blood, so it somehow always goes back to that in some way. The way I decided the scale was I thought of how big the letters should be. So I started out with the letter scale. So once I decided I'm going with this one letter and I wanted to show each page, and there is this kind of monumentality about the way they are, and it's almost like a tombstone or something. So once I figured that out, then this kind of fell into place. To me, art is just it's something that is beyond our daily lives. It's something that is bigger than us, and it's something that we can reach for when things are, don't make sense. It helps to make sense of things.